You are desperate. You desperately want to be closer to God. You want to understand God. You want to know how to talk to God. You are willing to devote whatever it's needed to be closer to God. You're not a saint. You simply want to have advantage in life. I understand you. You think that by understanding God, you will have a hack to the divine, and you will be richer, happier, wealthier. It's not a bad thought. But you need a mentor. You need somebody to even explain you the basics. Right now, you probably don't even know what is the difference between Elohim, God, Jehovah. Do you call the Messiah Jesus or do you call it Yeshua? What do? Do you use the name James or Yaakov? Do you use the name John or Yohanan? What is true about God? You roam the internet and you see so many things about God. Everybody is attempting to tell you that they understand God. And you like the things that you see. Like God is merciful, your time is about to come, and many things like that. By the way, most of it is done by guys from India that do good marketing. But none of it is true. So, you are looking for a mentor. Let me teach you how to choose a mentor. Number one, the most important thing is to understand that God created the original Bible and encoded the original Bible with messaging to humanity. That's number one. You must understand that. How do I know that? Go to our site, codetogod.org. Click on the bio and you will see it. And you will understand how much of scientific information the Bible holds. The Bible holds more scientific information than today's science. I mean, the original Bible in God's language of Hebrew. If you don't think so, if it sounds to you ridiculous, how can God have a language, or how is it possible? Go to the site in the bio and check it out. My name is Don Juravin. I'm known on the web as Mr. Juravin or Holy Land Man, which brings me to the second point. In order to have a mentor, in order to choose a mentor, you need somebody that has weird accent like mine. Because my first language is the language of the Bible, of the original Bible, Hebrew, the language of Yeshua. I was born not far from Yeshua's birthplace, and I speak Hebrew the way that Yeshua read Hebrew in the synagogue. So you cannot have anybody as your mentor if they speak perfect English, of which I'm jealous. I see on the web people speaking English, beautiful accent, young men, they look good. They say things that I want to believe in, but it's not. This is not how you can learn about God. So we said, number one, you can trust only the original Bible in Hebrew, and you need to try and get it. Again, click in the bio. It has the world's most accurate translation, without manipulations like King James did. Number two, choose a mentor that has weird accent. In other words, somebody that his or hers first language is Hebrew, the language of the Bible. The third thing, check their bio. Did God give them with anything divine? Behind me is the scientific proof of God. It's called SPOG, scientific proof of God. I'm the first human ever in history of modern time that God gifted the scientific proof of God. It's a real scientific proof of God, and we placed a patent on it. We is the original Bible foundation. So number 3, you need somebody that God is speaking to him, that God chose him or her to deliver information. And as a sign, in Hebrew it's called ot. That will be your sign that this is the right person. God gifted me not only the scientific proof of God, but also the 32 mathematical codes of the Code to God system. The Code to God system allows me to discover God's messaging to humanity. God also gifted me WAG. WAG is the Word of God. For the first time in history, we have discovered, actually more gifted by God, the scientific proof of God. And we have it. We created the original Bible from it. Then the 4th thing, everything that you're being taught by that mentor, everything must be cross-referenced with 3 elements. Element number 1 is the last 6,000 years of history. If somebody tells you that God is merciful and God is you said, really? Let me check it across the last 6,000 years. No, God is not merciful. So whatever it is that they tell you is wrong. Then the second thing, I cross-reference it with the original Bible, and then I cross-reference it with the Code to God, mathematically. Let me give you an example. You know Cain and Abel. It's the story about the 2 brothers, one is killing the other one. Only the mentor that deserves your attention can tell you that Cain is encoded with the number 160 and Hevel is encoded with the number 37. And that person, that mentor, will tell you what is exactly the code, the meaning of the code, and what is the message from God. Because if you follow that message, God would love you a little bit more. Follow whatever mentor you want that has all of these parameters that I told you, and it will help you to be closer to God.